Hi and welcome to week 8 summary of the trial of Lucy Letby. Bit delayed this week, so apologies for that. As a brief summary, what has been happening? Well, a lot of this focused on child G this week. There were some medical experts giving evidence about the other children, and they finished off talking about child F. Then it moved on to child G. So what happened with child G? Well, Letby has been accused of attempted murder, not just one count, but 3 counts of child G. So they are alleging that she attempted to murder child G. Remember the mens rea, you have to intend to kill. Letby had actually made a banner that said 100 days. So when a child is born very prematurely, I guess there are certain milestones and it suggests that the child is becoming stronger. Child G was born 16 weeks early, which is so premature. And they weighed 1 pound when they were born. So clearly a very vulnerable child. And child G started vomiting very violently and bleeding from the throat and had to be resuscitated on one occasion. The mother had gone to get a drink and heard her child screaming. So Letby was there at the time, and Letby and another nurse let her hold her child. Father said he didn't see anything unusual. Another nurse gave evidence in court saying that child G's deterioration was very unexpected. Prosecution are alleging that either Letby overfed G with milk or she injected her with air. Now, there were 7 babies in intensive care, and there were 5 nurses. In theory, there should be 1 nurse per child. Letby, they read out some of the text messages. She was texting a colleague asking after child G, and G was transferred to another hospital later on. Child G very unwell and eventually came home on day 156. Now, child G has brain damage, cerebral palsy, and is visually impaired, so a very unwell child. The defence just picked up on the fact that child G had a very high risk of infection, and any of the problems that they alleged in court, the defence are saying were not caused by Letby, but they were caused by the vulnerability of child G, and the doctor agreed that child G was high risk. So lots of evidence in court, lots of medical evidence, which you would expect. And we're now at the end of week 8, so it's been nearly 2 months and we're still on the prosecution case and we are looking at child G. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in court next week. But I think the trial will last the estimated 6 months.